live radio, local podcasts, the Frederick Podcast Network at listenfrederick.com.
The Fedora Files.
Hello and welcome to the Fedora Files. I am Gregory Fedora. I am so glad you're here. This episode is brought to you by Sasquatch and me, as well as the Happy Little Monster book series, both written by me, and you can find them on Amazon. Check them out. Go get them. It helps pay to keep everything running so that I can keep doing these podcasts. Also, if you have time and you like conspiracies, there is another podcast you should go check out. It is called Counter to Intelligence, and it is available on all the podcasting places, as well as on YouTube. And you can check out Counter to Intelligence. I'll put some links to those below. It's a great series. It's a skeptic and a believer going at it and talking about different conspiracies that are going on around the world and have been going on, and just their take on it. And it's very funny, it's humorous, and they have a good time. And I think you would have a great time listening and checking them out. But yeah, go check that out. And as well as another one that's only on YouTube. It's called Plague of the Day. And each week they deal with a different thing that is bothering them and the world. And it's another humorous one that I think you would enjoy. This week they went into AI. So go check that out. Anyway, so this episode, I am delving into the lore and stories and tales of a creature that is known to stalk the Appalachian Mountains and the Appalachian Trail all the way down from the beginning to the top, from, I guess, Alabama all the way up into Maine. And this creature is known as the Wampus Cat. And this creature is like not just in the Appalachian, it's found in like there's stories of it in North Carolina and whatnot. But I'm going to tell you some cool little things about it and really explain what it is. So gather around and I'm going to spin a yarn about the Wampus Cat. And this creature is like so rooted in the Appalachian lore, it makes Bigfoot look like as ordinary as your neighbor's Labrador. This creature, it's got a lot of little coolness to it, and it actually starts with the Native Americans. All right, in the misty rolling hills of Appalachia, there's a story older than the trees themselves, and it stars a kind of a half dog, half cat creature known as the Wampus Cat. This isn't your run-of-the-mill alley cat, okay? The Wampus Cat is a nocturnal prowler with eyes that shine like molten gold, and they say one glimpse into those eyes can drive a person mad. This is a fitting ability for a creature that seems to thrive on making people question their reality. If you're lucky, you'll hear its eerie wail long before it gets close enough to stare you down. If you're not, well, let's just hope you like catnip because you're going to need it. All right. Now, before you start packing a flashlight and a tin of tuna for a peace offering, let's delve a little deeper. The Cherokee have a very different and far more tragic take on the Wampus Cat. According to their lore, she wasn't always a creature of the night. Once she was a woman named Running Deer, a beauty as fierce as she was kind. But fate is really kind in these tales, and Running Deer's story is no exception. Her troubles began when her husband returned from a hunting trip, his mind shattered by a demon known as Ewa, the spirit of madness. The Cherokee warned that no mortal could face Ewa without losing their mind, but Running Deer, grief-stricken and stubborn as a mule, refused to accept this. She donned a bobcat mask and ventured into the woods, determined to defeat the demon. Armed with nothing but her courage and a hunter's heart, she stalked Ewa. In the ensuing battle, she banished the demon but paid a steep price. Her spirit became bound to the Wampus Cat, forever roaming the land to protect it from evil. Romantic, yes. Terrifying, also yes. Now, let's fast forward a few centuries, and the Wampus Cat was still the talk of the town, or more accurately, the talk of every terrified farmer in Appalachia. In the 1920s and 30s, reports of a strange beast killing livestock popped up from North Carolina to Georgia, all the way up into Maine. Chickens were vanishing, sheep were found shredded, and the locals were losing sleep and patience. Town meetings were held, curfews were imposed, farmers armed themselves with pitchforks, shotguns, and anything else they could find. Though you have to wonder if a six-legged demon cat would even flinch at a load of buckshot. Probably not. Even in more modern times, the Wampus Cat has refused to slink back into the shadows. In 2023, the creature was spotted, or at least its legend was, in Albemarle, North Carolina. This time, however, it wasn't terrorizing livestock or haunting farmers' dreams. Instead, it found a cushy gig as the mascot of a basketball team, the Uwharrie Wampus Cats. I guess even mythical monsters need a side hustle in the economy. Now, I want to explain what this thing looked like. Its physical description is as varied as the stories about it. Some say it's a mountain lion with 6 legs, 4 for speed, 2 for swiping at anything it gets in the way. Some say it's kind of like a mix of a wolf dog and a mountain lion. So you get the idea that, according to witnesses, it kind of changes. There are truly bizarre accounts of this creature. A cat that can swim like an otter, or an amphibious panther that leaps from the rivers to ambush its prey. Basically, if it's weird, vaguely feline, and terrifying, someone's probably claimed it was the Wampus Cat. Over the years, the Wampus Cat has clawed its way into the fabric of American folklore. In 1922, Conway High School in Arkansas adopted it as their mascot as well, branding their teens as fearsome as the 6-legged feline itself. Talk about a psychological advantage. Probably not. It also inspired countless books, movies, and ghost tours, cementing its place in pop culture alongside legends like the Jersey Devil and the Chupacabra and the Snallygaster. Yet, unlike its cryptid cousins, the Wampus Cat carries a certain mystique that feels both ancient and personal. A spirit of vengeance and protection rolled into one spooky package. Now let's address the elephant, or rather, the oversized cat in the room. Is the Wampus Cat real? Well, if you ask the locals, they'll swear on their mama's best cast iron skillet that it is. If you ask scientists, they'll mumble something about misidentified cougars or plain old tall tales. And if you ask me, I think it doesn't matter. The Wampus Cat lives in the stories, in the warnings to keep kids from wandering too far, and in the chills you get when the wind howls just a little too early at night. So the next time you are wandering through the Appalachian woods and hear a rustling in the brushes, don't panic. It's probably just a raccoon or a possum with delusions of grandeur. But on the off chance that you see 2 glowing eyes staring back at you, maybe throw a compliment its way. Say something like, "Hey, nice tail. I like your 6 legs." After all, if you're about to become the next chapter in the Wampus Cat story, you might as well go out with a laugh or a shriek. And there you have it, folks, the legend of the Wampus Cat. It's out there. It's out there. Maybe. I don't know. There are cougars, though, so be careful, and, bobcats. But that is the story of the Wampus Cat. It's an old tale. It starts with Native American lore. It's probably one of the oldest. It's up there with Bigfoot as being an old story. It's a crazy, cool creature. It's a fun story to tell around campfires, especially the original Cherokee Native American one. If you can go find it, look it up. I did it briefly. It's a little bit longer if you can find the original story, and it'd be a good one to memorize and share on your next camping trip to scare some people. But what do you guys think about the Wampus Cat? Is it just Native American folklore, or was there something to it? Was there a creature that lurked the woods? Perhaps it was exaggerated couple legs added to it. Perhaps it's just a large black mountain lion. Who knows? I mean, we do know there was a Florida panther. Perhaps it's related to that. One may never know for sure. But thank you for stopping by. And as always, stay safe and keep searching.
The Fedora Files.
Check out FedoraCRT.com today.